Okay, guys, we're ready for another version of Midfield Madness. We're doing Group 1, Laguna Seca, last race of Season 7. And remember, sim racing is a sport, so that makes us athletes. We are in the last race, as I said. Very, very close. Okay, guys, we're ready for another version of very, very close standings. Chris Moses, there was like 7 points between Chris Moses, Steve Young, Mayers, and John Saunders. And I'm going to switch over here now to the race scene. There we go. Look at this. Look at how qualification ended up. Moses, Young, Mears, and Saunders, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, there was a lot on the line here today in the last race of the year. Chris Moses had the unfortunate accident or unfortunate incident last week where he disconnected, and that tightened up the race standings, or the league standings. And unfortunately, I'm sure you watched the Group 1 live broadcast. He disconnected again, and that caused a significant incident. I'll show you that one online because I know we didn't catch all of it on the live broadcast. But Midfield Madness is all about the guys in the not back of the pack, but from the midfield down. So I'm going to promise to show that because it was such an exciting race between Mears and Steve Young that we basically had the whole live broadcast with those guys, and there was lots of action at the back. I am sure that I haven't actually reviewed, so we're going to review it together. So let's just get us going here. And let's start with, let's say, Merche in terms of the start. So yes, last race of season 7, and a lot on the line. Those guys at the top of the pack knew that. And there's a lot of pride in being GT3 eSeniors World Champion for sure. So let's just watch. We're going to get close to this, get the green light in just 1 second. I don't think there were any incidents. I think Krista was saying hardly any incidents at all in the sense of, but let's just see what happens here. I'm not sure who everybody is, who that orange car is. There's some side-by-side action there going into Andretti's hairpin. But everybody's being very respectful. Nicely done, everyone. Even though there's some side-by-side action, we all behave like nice little boys. Very good. Let's see if it went through all the different corners. Yep, there we go. Nice, very nicely done. Very nicely done. So we're going to probably be watching from the Larson battle. I'll watch all the battles, of course. Near the back of the pack. Nice straight line, everyone. Let's go a little bit further up. Merche on Peter Larson. Oh, Merche went wide. That lost him a few places. Who's that at the back? Is that Roman Mark? No, that's Flankstead in the blue car taking on possibly Roman Mark. Maybe flipping around here. Let's see what happens here. It's not a great view on the helicopter view going into the hairpin. Okay, so let's just go up the pack a little bit. Okay, everybody's pretty much in a straight line for a while. Yes, again, it's no secret that Chris Moses had another disconnect, and in lap 9, we'll follow that one a little bit, and show you what happened. That also ruined Chris Saunders' race because he thought he hit him, so he waited for a while. So that dropped him out of the pack because he believed he was in 3rd place in the standing. So it was a little bit of a mess, but we had some great driving action, as you know, between Myers and Steve Young. And Steve Young won the race, and Steve Young won the championship. First year with us. There's a great little battle here with Holmes and Hopkins. Let's go on board with Holmes. Always going to have a go. Not going to have a go. Nope. Way off here. Let's see what happens with these two going through the corkscrew. A little peek there, making sure Hopkins knows he's there. Both have a great corkscrew. What do we got here? An Audi on a Porsche. And another great, a little bit further behind with Merche. There's Roman, so everybody's still in the race here. Whoa! And Kenny goes wide. Just had to lay off there because of too much momentum going into that corner. Everybody is trying here. I'm going to probably go quite far up the pack, more than usual, because we were again focusing so much on the front runners that not much airtime here between anybody else. They just sucked up all the air with their great racing. And it was a great race. Jonathan and I had a hoot announcing that race. Well, Chris is still after Hopkins. It seems like Chris got a little bit more juice here than Hopkins. So he's desperate to get by. We're all the way to the back here. And Roman Marcus harassing Merche a little bit. Well, harassing each other, actually. Look at this. Hopkins is holding up the pack here. Come on, let's get by him. Can't really say he's holding up the pack, but a lot of people behind here. Back to the cycle. Woo, Holmes is really close there. Again, he's got a different braking point, I think, than Hopkins on that last corner. Illustrious, just hold on, I'm going to get my corner sheets here. Last corner, wonderfully named corner 11. Well, this is great action. The part of the pack is just amazing here. The only guy that changed a little bit was, I think, Merche when he went wide. What's happening up at the front here? Let's see here. Larson, and let's just look in the driver view. So Larson is looking at third. Hopkins is a little bit behind Larson, and Holmes right. These four are racing back, tail to nose. Let's see what happens here going into the hairpin, or the corkscrew. Not a great place to pass, but you want to stay with the guy ahead so that you can make some inroads coming into these corners. One corner you can get a great exit on. It's a very high-speed corner, so if one guy misses it, the other guy can take advantage. And we know Holmes has a different braking point here. Let's see if he can hold it and get going. That Audi on the straightaway, the pit straight, which does not have a name. But turn number 1 is that little bend right here, and this is Andretti's hairpin. Holmes is going to get by Hopkins, I think, at some point. See what's going on behind here. A little bit of a gap there. Not much of a gap between Merche and Chubb. Ryan. Roman's not very far behind, and Kenny Flagstack is not even a little bit close. There's lots going on. Oh, what happened there? That was Chubb went a little wide. I think it was Chubb. Either that or yeah, it must have been Chubb because Merche's right on his tail. Let's just follow this one for a while. Get out of my ear. Out of my. Let's just go to the helicopter view for a while. Oh, there is Merche. He's past Chubb. Just coming up to the corkscrew. You know, make it hold, and Chubb is just hanging on. Did Roman get by him? Watch it for a bit. Number 7, no, Roman did not get by him. But Merche got a great pass there. That was an excellent pass on that spot. Not too often you see that. Oh! What happened there? That was Chubb had a disconnect. Oh, he's back again. Whew. A lot of people had some issues. And I'll go watch the problem with Moses there, just around lap 11. And this is Roman Mark trying to go at Chubb. These four are so close together. Beautiful. Unless Holmes is still behind Hopkins, but just watch this grouping for a bit. Side by side, let's hope Chubb connection issues were resolved. Kenny's taking a look at moment mark. He's going around the outside, side by side. They tap a little bit. No damage done. So now Glenstadt backs off. Okay, so that was an interesting little move there. How far is... So now Merche is quite far behind Holmes. These guys are all within striking distance of each other. No mistakes by anybody. Roman marks right up on Chubb's tail. A little dangerous with a guy who's got connection issues. Just watch this action from behind. Oh, Roman a little wide there. Last corner on the pit straight. What kind of cars have we got here? We've got a BMW in the back with 3 Ferraris ahead of them. And anything happening up above? No, just Chris Holmes and Bruce Hopkins just maintaining their little battle. Just can't get by him. Oh! Hopkins went wide. Let's see what happens on the... That was an announcer's curse there, and he went wide again. Oh, and he went off. He went off. Just hit the dirt. You cannot hit the dirt here when you're turning. And that has caused, now Merche is caught up with Holmes because of that. So he's now, Holmes is in the middle of this pack of 4. Merche is going to take a run at him. He's taking a run at him. But Holmes prevails going into the corkscrew. But now we got a battle between these 4. Looks like Kenny's taking a run here. Or Roman, sorry, taking a run at Chubb. So this is now a battle of 5, isn't it? 5 cars, all within striking distance. So I knew there was some excitement at the back of the pack. I just knew it. This is what midfield madness is all about. You see Merche is on Holmes, who got a little bit of damage possibly from that tap with Hopkins. What lap are we at here? Getting close to the Moses incident, so I'll watch that. There was some great action between those top 4 guys for the first, what do we got? 9 laps. We were just going crazy. Oh, looks like Flenchtek's taking a run here at Roman. Just didn't quite make it stick. He's going to try again, I'm sure. Let's see what it looks like from his point of view at the back of that Ferrari. Oh, he went wide. Oh, and he spun out. I'm sure he hit the dirt. Let's just back up for a second and see if he hit the dirt. Back up a little bit more. Did he hit the dirt or just the curb? He's trying real hard because he knew he was close. No, he hit the dirt. Yeah, you can't hit the dirt on that one and survive unless you're going to keep straight on the dirt. So that's unfortunate. Drops one guy out of that race, out of that pack. So let's see who we got here. Let's go start with Roman. Look. So now we got 4 cars in this pack, all within striking distance. You can see how easy it is to get out of sorts and cause huge damage, especially when you're pushing hard. Roman, pretty sure it's Roman Mark in front here. Oh, something happened up at the front. Who is that? Is that Holmes? That merchant was spun out there. Oh, this must be the whole Moses thing. Okay, I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to jump to Chris. And I'm going to back up a little bit. Just to show you what happened to Chris. The helicopter view. So he was having obviously connection issues. There's a first one, and he is, hang on, there's a second one, hang on. Where is Saunders? Take a peek here what he's looking at. So he's Saunders behind Moses, And let's just watch it from here, because I did watch this before. We'll watch it from here. What he looks at. So now Moses is right behind Esenios, and he has another disconnect there. And he jumps back in, and Saunders at this point thinks he's hit Chris, so he slows down and waits for him, and just ruins his race. I mean, it was gentlemanly of him, but he didn't have to do it, because it was, there was so many disconnects there. Really did not have to do that, and it kind of put him out of the picture in terms of both this race and the championship. So that was unfortunate. We're all hoping that Chris solves his problems for next year in terms of connection issues, because that ruined his league. He had a lock on the championship there. He is our champion at heart, but it was nice to see Steve come back and take it. This was a great race regardless. What's happening up ahead? Let's take a peek up ahead here. Where's my mouse? I lost my mouse for a second. There he is. Chubb and Merche. Merche's trying to get... Did Merche get... Nope. Is Chubb battling right there? Who's behind Chubb? Mark. So those two guys were the ones. I'm not sure if they exchanged... Whoa, look at that. Almost touched going into the corkscrew. People have different braking points going into there, or just miss their braking point. You're going over that crest, you got to be careful that you're on the brake before the crest. But just look at this battle. This is what Midfield Madness is all about. That is Roman Mark. Let's just follow him. Watch to see what he does at the corner, and he's going to take the inside on Chubb, and he's going to make it stick. Beautiful job. Chubb went a little wide there. That is the danger. Chubb is going to try and get it back all at once. It's often the case that they try to get your position right back, and sometimes you make a mistake because you get a little hot on the throttle. Whoa, there's just about hit Roman there. Again, people have different braking points sometimes, and or the person ahead makes a little bit of a different judgment. Looks like Saunders at the back, unfortunately, is now way back there in the field. I don't know if he makes it back. We'll see. This battle between these three guys is certainly fun to watch. So we've got Chubb, Roman Mark, Merche. Merche's got a different line, a different braking pattern through the corkscrew. I'm sure Roman's going to take advantage of that at some point. Certainly can catch up a little bit with him. Now let's see who's ahead of Merche. That must be Holmes. Yeah, he's not that far ahead. So whether these guys, Merche went a little wide there. Let's see if Roman can catch up to him. All three of them in Ferraris. Roman has definitely got some pace on Merche. And we'll watch those two going into the corkscrew again, because looks like Merche had a little bit of a wiggle there. Let's see if Roman can take advantage of it. Get a good exit. Oh, he had a wiggle coming out. I think that was a wiggle in terms of power slide on the throttle. I've just been looking. See what happens here going into the corkscrew this time. How comfortable Merche is. Well, he's got momentum coming up the hill. This is awfully close going into the corkscrew. I think he backed off a little bit, remembering what happened last time. It's not a place where you want to attempt to pass. Let's see if because of that these two Chubb caught up with these two. Not really. So here we go into these two corners. Like Roman's got a bit more pace than Merche right now. Great, they hit the apex perfectly, both of them did. Go to Chubb, caught up to these two a little bit. And let's see what else is happening here. Not really that much. Holmes is quite far behind Peter Larson. catching up. Saunders got to be feeling bad about his race at this point. Oh, look at this. Really hounding Merche. I don't think Merche can take much more of this in terms of not making a mistake. He's just all over his tailbone. And fell by a little bit behind there. Merche is definitely used to racing, though. He is not going to be intimidated. He is not going to give an inch. Spread out a little bit. Oh, it's gone up again. So he seems to catch up. Roman seems to catch up on the corkscrew. Merche is a little bit more tentative going into the corkscrew than Roman is. Catches up on this corner, it seems, a little bit too. He's right up against him, but the same car as they're going to beat each other out on the straight. Same car. There's a dramatic difference in their setups. It's all about braking and exits. These two. Looks like they're catching up with Hopkins a little bit, though, or Craig Holmes, I don't think, up there in the purplish car. Take a quick peek at the liveries here. We're having fun watching these two. Let's see, that is Chubb's livery. I'm not sure if I have it. It's a little pony. There's Romans. Got a nice stripe on that Ferrari. There's a nice Ferrari red. What else? What other color can you put a Ferrari but red, you know? I wanted to see what Craig Holmes' livery looked like. Looks like he's got a kind of a honeycomb on a... I won't guess what that color is. Purplish. Gray purplish. Alright, let's get back to racing here. Through the trees. So it's a close battle, but nobody's making many inroads. We should be approaching pit stop time here. People start thinking, there we go, right on cue. Roman Mark goes into the pits. He's saying, I'm not going to get involved with this, see if I can do an undercut. Ooh, hit the wall going in. I wonder if he's going too fast. I hope nobody got any penalties. See Merche and Chubb at this point. See what Chubb is looking at in terms of watching Merche. So now it's going to be interesting to see what these two guys do for pit stops. Seeing that Roman went in early. Now Saunders is not too far behind Chubb. Spread out a little bit. I'm not going to sneak in. Well, I can tell now. We can tell. Well, that's Saunders. Let's just see what Chubb does in terms of his stuff. I can't tell. He stays out for quite a while. And Merche stays out for quite a while. So it's going to be interesting to see how Roman's strategy works once these two guys finish their pit stops. So hopefully I can remember where everybody was. But Merche's looks like he's making a few inroads on Holmes, Craig Holmes. So they're all spread out by a couple of seconds here. So I'm going to just jump. I'm going to jump a little bit just to save some time. Here, see that they're all in exactly the same positions, so I don't think we missed anything. Jump on another 2 laps. Like we've got showing the 7th in between these guys, but it looks like this next lap is where Chubb goes in and Merche is just gone into the pits. So let's just watch to see where he comes out. Let's advance it a little bit more. There we go. So Ponoff, he is there. Let's see. It's just coming out of the pits now. So I'll watch. And Mark. So there's quite a bit of distance there. So that worked out very well for Ponoff staying out. Mark is quite a bit behind now. And let's see. he's pitted. He is pitted. So Holmes stayed ahead of Merche, and Mark is quite a bit behind. I wouldn't think now. Kenny was behind Roman. So Roman, I wonder if he had some damage or what happened there. Maybe he had a long pit stop. He is right behind Kenny. So here's the battle of the minutes, the battle of the back. Kenny and Roman. Leinstedt and Roman Mark. Not sure where Roman's from. Oh, Kenny went off a little bit. See if Roman can take advantage. Careful. Oh, don't get into his back end. Kept his wits together to that last corner. Very good. It's easy to get flustered when something like that happens and then kind of miss your breaking point for the next one. Or try to overcompensate. Looks like he's gone a little bit wide. He's okay there. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Kenny, or Mr. Chubb, changing his first name, he is right on Ponoff's tail. So these two guys went into the pits in similar times, came out in the same order. Now we've got two battles going on, Roman and Kleinstadt, and Chubb and Ponoff. We'll watch these two. Let's start writing down some names here. Looks like Kleinstadt went a little bit wide. Miss anything here? Looks like, yeah, that's still the same. And so we got these four guys basically that we've been watching. For Holmes also. So that's going to be our highlight reel. Mercedes pulled ahead a little bit more. And Holmes is quite a bit further ahead of these guys. Oh, up here, Bird. And since we didn't really cover too much, I'm going to go further up the field than I usually do in midfield madness. So Derek is battling with Larson. Porsche on a Ferrari. We're going to watch this one too. Not quite sure how close this one was before. It is close now. And it is the closest one on the field here, so I'm just going to stick with it. Oh, looks like Larson went a little bit wide. I'm not sure it's Peter, so I'll just call him Mr. Larson for now. Derek is all over him. A quick peek at our other battles. Oh, we caught something there. Hold on. We'll have to back that up. Let's see how this transpired. So we are on with Roman Mark. And ahead of him is Kenny. So Kenny must have had some little problem. He went quite wide there. And Roman had tons of momentum. Oh, and he just went off on the dirt. And then he caught Roman trying to come back. He was basically a passenger at that point. So that's basically what happened there, unfortunately. Wow. So I'm not quite sure what happened to Kenny before that, because he had no speed there at all, and Roman tried to pass him just going into the. He had so much speed coming into the corkscrew. Oh, Derek's going to make a move. Very close together. Woo. Good job on both of them to stay away from that. And Derek did not lift at all. He knew how close he was. And just stayed with it so he didn't lose any momentum. Now they're coming up to the corkscrew. See how they do. Oh, the Ferrari got a hit on the. Let's see if he comes out of it ahead. Yes, he does. Larson just hit the curb and then settled the back of his car, and that was enough for Derek to get by him. Let's just see if he starts pulling away now. Or if it was a battle of equals. Glad we caught that one. So that's another little battle. Bird, Larson. Where else are we got going here? We got Chubb on Pawnoff. Let's see how far away he is. We're still close enough together. And Saunders, I believe, had some more problems in the pits today. Yeah, now we're down to these two battles. Larson on Bird. Catch him back again. Overview here. Something like this. Chase view. Makes a nice little promotion for Hudson belt pedals on the back of Larson's car. I use those pedals myself. I love them. And Chubb on Honda is the two battles we got going now. Kenny is quite a bit further back. Somebody dropped out here. Roman Mark drop off. Yeah, Roman Mark's gone. He disconnected after he must have hit pretty hard there. So Derek is pulling away slightly. Don't know if Larson's going to catch him. And Chubb on Pawnoff. See if I'm going to advance it by a few more laps. See if these four chain. I'll do it a lap at a time. And let's take a look at Larson and Bird. Yeah, they're pretty far apart, so let's just jump ahead a lap at a time. See if anybody makes any inroads. Nope, just put out the same one. It looks a little closer here. Oh, this view makes me a little sick. So we're just going to watch that. So I'm going to jump ahead another batch. Chubb and Larson. You see now Pawnoff is pulling away. And Bird is pulling away from Larson. He's up by 4 seconds now. And so we just keep moving up lap by lap. See if anybody has any problems. And then we'll find out what happens. One more lap. Chubb and yep, they're basically, well, this one did, Mr. Chubb is just hanging in there with Merche. Actually, he's pretty close. Let's just take a look at the driver view. You can see him. Let's watch for a little bit to see if he makes some inroads on Merche. Late in the game, there's about 6 or 7 laps to go. Entering into eSeniors skill fatigue zone. Oh yeah, he's caught up quite a bit. Skill fatigue and tire fatigue. I know I needed to change my t-shirt after I finished my race in Group 2, that's for sure. The basement is very cool. And monitor the temperature because I have a wine cellar in here. I was in the high 50s in my basement, but I still come away with a lot of sweat to get a fan going. Just gonna move some air out. Oh, looks like Merche had a little wiggle there. Coming out of that turn. Turn 6. 5. This is 6. Nope, coming up to 6, sorry. These wonderful names. This is 6. And then just before the corkscrew is called, wonderfully called, turn number 7. This is 7. And here we of course have the corkscrew. Very few, only 3 corners are named here. These American tracks got to come up with some better names. Some names, better names than 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's that. Larson is still. Bird is still quite far ahead of Larson. Let's just see if we can even see him. 5 seconds ahead. Yeah, I can see him. And, Chubb here is trying to track down Merche. Let's just jump ahead another lap. See if he makes any moves. Yeah. And jump ahead another lap. They're staying fairly close to the same gap here. So I'm just going to jump ahead for the saving time. Larson Seabird. Just see how far you can see ahead. Seabird at this point. Should get a view here of how far ahead he is. It's quite far back. The timing tower hasn't quite caught up here. Just see. Even Seabird. No, so that's quite far ahead now. But Chubb is just sticking with Merche. Merche's putting in lap after lap. He's always got a wiggle on that exit of that corner. Let's see if he has a straight line here. Yeah, that's a lot better. So Merche's definitely pushing. Let's get into Merche's. There we go. Get into his steering wheel. Yeah, that's a beautiful cockpit for that Ferrari, isn't it? I just want to watch Merche's steering wheel action to see if he's fighting it. Not really there. Nice and smooth. Let's just watch going through the corkscrew. Nice and smooth. Let's see Chubb. Nice and smooth. No need for corrections. Let's see Merche. Oh, Merche had a correction there. Let's see how far he's pushing it. Smooth. That's a nice smooth corner. Chubb is really caught up, so he's going to be pushing hard here. We've got only 3 laps to go, so we're talking 5 minutes on the clock, so now Chubb is going to start pushing hard, I'm sure. This is the only battle we've got in the midfield, so we'll just stick with it the whole way. Go to the helicam view for a while. So I'm sure Chubb's going to be just giving his all, because everybody wants a position in eSeniors, whether it's last place or not. That's why we do midfield madness, because there's passion going on here. It's got nothing to do with points. We just love to race each other. And I know Steve Young had some great things to say in the post-race interview yesterday about how much he loves racing with us. He's only been around for this season, but some very nice things to say about eSeniors and how respectful and how great driving we have. It's about driving and racing. It's not about crashing and burning. Who is that ahead of? Let's take a peek here. Who is that ahead of? So, oh yeah, he's caught up to Chris Holmes. So Ponov is only 3 seconds behind Chris Holmes. So any mistake there will cause, on his part, Holmes' part, will cause a change in the action. So let's just watch from Chubb's point of view. 2 laps to go. So yeah, these guys can see each other. Chris must have had Craig Holmes, I believe it is. Craig Holmes must have had an issue because he was quite far ahead. And now Merche can see. Merche's got some incentive to push a little harder and catch up. So I'm not going to worry too much about Chubb just yet. Let's see what Merche sees. So he sees them 6th position. And I know he does not care about lead points. He just wants to pass somebody. So don't we all. That is an Audi up ahead. So let's just see whether the Ferraris and the Audis have more tire wear. We're down to the last lap and a half. Coming up will be the last lap. Let's see how far Chubb is behind. He's not that far behind, so everybody's got to be careful not to make any mistakes. But definitely Merche is catching up to Holmes. Holmes might be trying just to hold on and be careful. Trying to hold on and be careful not to make any mistakes. And it sometimes comes back to bite you because the guy behind you is being as aggressive as hell. But certainly Craig does not want to make a mistake. You see that Merche is pulling away from Chubb a little bit because he's hot and heavy on Holmes. And Holmes knows by now this is the last lap, so he could just take it a little safer and be a little defensive. Keep Merche behind him. Merche's pushing hard. Look at this. This is actually a pretty good finish. Pretty good finish. the end of season 7. I don't know where these two guys are in the standings, where there's an issue there, but it doesn't matter. They just want to race. We just want to race. These are the last few corners. The last corkscrew. Murchie had a great exit there. He just on the hammer quite quickly. And Holmes touches the brakes. I don't think he normally does there. So that makes Murchie come right up behind him. Let's see if Murchie tries to get a late break in here. Let's go to the outside view. Yes, he does try. Look at this. This is very close. Not going to happen, though. Not going to happen. This is the way it's going to finish. All right. So that was a pretty good midfield madness for Group 2. Glad I did it. So I'm just going to pause it here. Well, thanks, guys, for watching Season 7. Let me change my view here. Yeah, it was fun broadcasting for you guys, Season 7. Looking forward to Season 8. There's going to be some changes. Look for those announcements later on today. And looking forward to Season 7. So I'm going to sign off for now, and we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks when Season 8 starts.